Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of R.I.C from Power Rangers S.P.D, which stands for Robotic Interactive Canine. There we go. I had like two takes of trying to say that without saying internative. Anyway, that's my personal business. So if you don't know, which you probably should if you're watching this review, but R.I.C was a sort of companion in S.P.D, like a robot dog, but he also transformed into their canon for the year. They didn't have combining weapons. Sometimes the Rangers have combining weapons. Sometimes it's one solid piece. In this case, it was R.I.C. He was a simultaneous robot companion that stored sodas and could become their canon, and he was also used later for the Battleizer here in S.P.D, which is the only Battleizer that they ever imported over into Japan, which is cool. So I don't know why I'm starting these reviews with fun facts all of a sudden. Anyway, so we did get a toy here for it, and look-wise, honestly, it's pretty nice. I think sound-wise, spoiler alert, it's a little disappointing. I'm not 100% familiar with the Japanese release, but I know it had stuff like light-up eyes, and I'm sure it did have some better functionality. But look-wise, I think it's pretty cool. I think it looks pretty accurate. Obviously, it's not to scale in the show, because in the show it's kind of to scale with a medium-sized dog, but it's still not a terrible size, especially for like a little display piece or something you want to put on a desk or something, I don't know. But like I said, look-wise, pretty solid. I mean, his colors are primarily white and black, so he's really hard to mess up. Like, you'd have to go out of your way to mess up how R.I.C looks. But I think he looks pretty good. Like, I'm very pleased with it in terms of just having something from R.I.C in my collection. I think they got the color looking good. Sorry if there's any dust on it, I forgot to get. And the material of it looks good in terms of the plastic, like it doesn't feel cheap or anything. So look-wise, I'm very pleased with it. I don't really have any problems with it. I think they nailed it in that respect. I really quite like just having this. I think it's really nice. You can move his legs back and forth a little bit, which is a feature of transformation, but you can sort of get him in, like, I don't know, some running poses or something, whatever you want to do there. His head can't twist or anything, but it can move up and down a little bit, and his mouth does open because he can actually put a dog bone in there like this, which is part of the canon, but it can also just be for he's enjoying a treat or something. So now for the on-off switch, which is here, it's all hidden, so turn it on, and there's no activation noise or anything. You really only get two sounds. You get one here for when he's in dog mode, which, let me just get him to stand. So press it here, and I guess that's supposed to be barking. It almost sounds more like someone throwing something, like a frisbee or a boomerang or something. I don't know, but it doesn't really sound a whole lot like barking. Now to transform him into his cannon mode, it's very simple. All you really are going to do, pull these legs forward like this, and then underneath here there are cannons that you just slide out like this. Take his back legs, fold them up, and then just take this whole piece and rotate it around. And there you have its cannon mode, which you can see there. He's kind of, you know, holding his little arms out for cannons. You got the handle here. It'll be more upright like that in the show. Very simple. Like I said, it's a pretty solid size. I think especially for kids, like not to scale obviously, but still, it's definitely more like a large blaster you could hold on your own as opposed to in the show, obviously, where they all kind of hold it. But then you press the button here, and it makes that blasting noise, which it sounds like it's sort of waiting. There's no lights or anything. But yeah, that's about it. That's all it does. Like I said, sound-wise, definitely nothing to write home about. This is one of the, I hate to say it like this, one of the few things I'm not really familiar with the Japanese version, because at the time of me getting this, I mean, I was familiar with Sentai, but I really wasn't collecting any of it, so I never really bothered to check it out, which I guess I could have, and probably will. But sound-wise, I'm sure it has a couple more things, but here's the thing with this. Sound-wise, definitely nothing spectacular, but look-wise, I think it's pretty solid. So if you aren't on 100%, you know, committed to wanting like amazing sounds from it or anything like that, I still think this is a solid piece for an SPD collection. I think it could probably be found a little bit cheaper, and it makes just a really nice, unique little piece for the SPD collection. So look-wise, I think this guy looks really good. Sound-wise, disappointing, but I can still recommend it for R.I.C fans if you can find it for a good price. But anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure you check out the crazy podcast at writersrangersrambles.com. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, it's Dawson Rider, signing out.